One thing that a lot of people do not know how to do is take advantage of conflict. And you heard me right. Conflict is an opportunity. Imagine conflict as walking on a tightrope. It's very easy to fall on one side into aggressiveness. Egos get involved and now we're into a fight. How dare you? Or you fall onto the other side into avoidance. You're afraid of conflict, you don't like conflict, you can't stand conflict, so you just say, yeah, whatever you want. Both of these responses are awful because they do not take advantage of the wonderful opportunity conflict provides us. And what is that opportunity? It is the opportunity of discussing important things honestly. Things that usually might be difficult to address because people consider them too difficult or too delicate. But when we have conflict, we have the opportunity to address the difficult things directly and move forward, make decisions. And in order to be able to do that, to manage conflict and to take advantage of the opportunity it provides you, you need to be able to do one thing, just one thing. And that thing is what Steve Jobs does in this video. Steve gets a difficult question from the audience.
It's sad and clear that on several counts you've discussed, you don't know what you're talking about. I would like, for example, for you to express in clear terms how, say, Java, in any of its incarnations, addresses the ideas embodied in OpenDoc. And when you're finished with that, perhaps you could tell us what you personally have been doing for the last 7 years.
The question is more than difficult. It's borderline impolite, insulting. Put it in different words, the question is, how dare you, as a clueless manager who doesn't know what he's talking about, make decisions which affect us all? That is the question if you want to interpret it in an insulting way. It would have been very easy for Steve to get aggressive and be like, hey, I do understand, and I'm the boss of the company, by the way. It would have been very easy for Steve to get avoidant and say, hey, yeah, actually you're right, I didn't think about that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that, we'll think about it some more. Both of these answers would have been bad leadership, because leadership is about courage and these are cowardly responses, but that aside, they would have not taken advantage of the great opportunity the question provides. Steve was able to use positive intent. Positive intent is the one thing he did and you need to do to take advantage of conflict and to manage conflict and to handle conflict. And positive intent is a very simple idea that vast majority of the people, 99+% of the people, whenever they say something or they do something, in their mind, they have a positive intention. Put it plainly, they think they're doing the right thing for the right reasons. Now, it might not seem like that to us because they may be using the wrong words, they may have the wrong tone of voice, they may say something stupid, they may even say something factually wrong. But in their mind, they think they're doing the right thing. Not 100% of the time, but 99% of the time. You do get the occasional troll who's gonna be like, hey, watch me ask a difficult question to Steve because I just wanna be an asshole. But these guys are exceedingly rare. What Steve did was he was able to relax, take a deep breath, think about it, ignore the words the guy used, don't get offended, don't let ego get into play, and actually think, what is this guy's positive intention? What is he really trying to say here? What is he really asking? What is the essence of his question? And the essence of this question was a great question. An amazing question, actually, because it went right to the core of what it means to be a leader, what it means to be a manager. Because the essence of his question is, how can you make decisions about something you don't understand completely? And this is exactly what leaders and managers do all the time. They have to make decisions about things they don't understand completely. Yes, they have to understand something about it and they're getting advice and they're being consulted, but they will never understand it to the level of detail as an expert in that thing. And yet, they have to make decisions about those things. And sometimes those decisions are very impactful. How do you do that? This is an amazing question. And if you are able to go past the words and the guy's attitude and think about his positive intention, and his positive intention was probably to protect a product and to protect a team he's been working in and on for a long time. That's a good intention. That's a noble intention. We can all relate to that. We can all respect that. Okay, because he was angry, maybe because he wasn't good at communication, he didn't use the best words. But let's ignore that. Let's not react to that. Let's put that to the side and connect to his positive intention, to the essence of his question, and give him a real, honest, thoughtful answer.
You know, you can please some of the people some of the time, but one of the hardest things when you're trying to affect change is that people like this gentleman are right in some areas. I'm sure that there are some things OpenDoc does, probably even more that I'm not familiar with, that nothing else out there does. And I'm sure that you can make some demos, maybe a small commercial app that demonstrates those things. The hardest thing is, how does that fit in to a cohesive, larger vision that's going to allow you to sell $8 billion, $10 billion of product a year? And one of the things I've always found is that you've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology.
And if you manage to do that, you're going to take advantage of conflict. Because instead of having a fight, or instead of having an avoidance, you're going to actually have a deep, meaningful conversation about something that matters. And you're going to get out of that conflict better, wiser, stronger than you got into it. And this is how you take advantage of conflict. Positive intention. It's a very simple thing to understand. A lot of people don't do it because emotions and egos get in the way, and they get fixated on the words and how they said it and how they looked and how they behaved, and you get into this unnecessarily competitive mindset of how dare you, let me show you who's boss here. Take a chill pill, take a deep breath, relax, think about the other person's positive intention, and give them a real, honest answer, and you're going to gain a lot more than you're going to lose by doing this.